Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our 9/11 series. This evening, we are having a conversation about our fitness journeys. All of us have different journeys in life in anything it is that we're doing. And tonight, we're going to focus on fitness. For those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. Catherine E. James, and we come to you every Friday night, maybe Saturday mornings at 9/11. No pun intended, but maybe so, 9/11. And we come talking about urgent or emergent conversations. And we have had many conversations. We have talked to those who are essential workers, nurses, and first responders. We've talked to COVID survivors. We've had conversations with Black moms of Black sons, just a gamut. We also have just had girlfriend kind of conversations where we come together talking about purpose and destiny, using Maya Angelou's poem, Still I Rise. And so basically, I've been put on this earth to help people live their potential. And I do that in lots of ways. But for our conversation, I do it as a transformational coach. And tonight, our coaching, our conversation, our encouragement, our push to you is around this area of fitness, physical fitness. We're not going to limit it to that, right? Because we want to be well in a 360 way. We want to live an abundant life. And so we're going to have some specific conversation around fitness, and then we're going to see where the conversation goes. I want to take the opportunity to invite our listening audience. I see my sister Carrie is on here already. Welcome, Carrie. Welcome, Tim. Tim, I just told your mom that I wish I had thought to have you on with her. And so if you can get on, we'll send you the link so we can put you on anyway. If you can get on, say yes, and we will send you the link for you to get on. But at any rate, I am super excited to have you guys join us. Thank you for taking your time. Time is the one thing we don't get back in life. It is the one precious commodity we cannot get more of. And so when you spend time with us, if you come on and you just whether you type in the chat or you're just on, I appreciate your valuable time. And you say you look good in that hat. Thank you, honey. And Tim said, hey, maybe next time I would love to be on. All right, thanks, Tim. Thanks. And so the guest I have with me tonight, so I've already talked about, I'm talking to her son, but Brenda Fails. We have her on tonight. Brenda has an amazing fitness weight loss journey. And so she follows me. She engages me on my 5 a.m. lives every day, Monday through Friday. I am on live and from 5 a.m. to about 6. And Brenda is faithfully on there. Brenda, welcome to our 9/11 emergency series.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I am elated to have you. Brenda is my sister. Brenda has known me since I was, I don't know, 13, 14, 15, something like that.
Yes.
And she is a dear sister. And I am so grateful, Brenda, for your time as well, that you would take time out to be with us and that you would be willing to share your journey. Thank you for being here.
I'm grateful.
Amen.
And blessed.
Amen. Yes, you are. And of course, then we want to bring in Joy, JP Creel. She is our resident self-care specialist. And so she will be on here sharing her portion of her journey and whatever it is that she is given to share. She will share hello, Lori. We coming to visit y'all, Lori and Carrie. As soon as we get cleared, we hitting the road and we are coming to South Carolina. Hello. All right, beloved, let's start this conversation. And as we do always, we send out a series of questions. And sometimes we hit the questions and sometimes we don't. But I just really want to dive in deeply into this idea of fitness. Beloved, hear this. God has given us one body. We have only one body in which we are the touch points on the earth. And we have the responsibility of caring for this temple. And let's see, what does Tim say? Hi, mommy. You have an amazing. Yes, he does. Yes, she does, Tim. And so we all have this. Let me just say this. I know I'm all over the place already. I'm excited. And so Tim is Brenda's one and only, right, baby. And so Tim is a personal trainer. And if you train with him, you will have results. And you could probably find him on YouTube or on Facebook. The ultimate is Timothy, Mr. Ultimate Fails. He is an amazing trainer. And so I didn't think about it until the last minute that I should have had the two of them on here together. But we've got mom and we'll get son, we'll get Tim, my nephew, we'll get him later. But so we have one body, and the fitness journey is a very personal journey. For me, I have been overweight all of my adult life. All of my adult life, I've been overweight, and I'll talk about my journey in a little bit. But I want to invite you to come, listen, hear, give yourself grace. Because for some people, this is an area of bondage. For some people, this is an area of woulda, coulda, shoulda, all those kinds of things that are imprisoning in our mind. And so I want to give you grace. I want to offer you a couple of things. All we know to do is what we know to do. And when we really know better, not in our head, because we have lots of information, but when we really know better, we do better. So when we get the skill, when we get the ability, when we get the talent, when we goes from head to heart, that's when we do better. And so I want to invite you to give yourself grace wherever you are on this journey. It is okay. It's okay. Because we're going to learn some things tonight. Brenda is going to share her amazing story, and it's going to give us some encouragement and some enlightenment and those kinds of things. And we want to learn. And then we'll have some additional tools with which to go by and make some better choices. I just want to pick up Lacey Biddle. That's my goddaughter. If you can pull her up, let me see what Miss Lacey said. Lacey said, don't forget his Instagram. All right. She is promoting her cousin. Don't forget his Instagram. Thanks, Lacey. Thanks, Lacey. All right. All right, Brenda.
Yes.
Share with us whatever portion of your story you'd like to share.
Well, it started with my weight gain started immediately after I had Tim.
Okay.
And that was back in 82. And from there, it just ballooned out of control. My eating habits were out of control. But I never looked at it that way because no one ever said anything. No one ever said, you're gaining weight or you look fat or you need to go on a diet or anything. I never heard that.
Okay.
So I thought I was okay.
Yeah.
And as the years went by, my health started deteriorating. And I opted to have a lap band back in 2009. And I think at that point I had ballooned up to maybe about 400 pounds.
Okay.
And with the lap band, it gave me minimal results, but as the years went by, I started having other issues with my joints. And that really alarmed me.
Okay.
And after having about 6 hip replacements on one hip, I decided that I had to make a change, that I really wanted to make sure that nothing went wrong with that prosthesis. So I opted to have gastric bypass.
Okay.
People say that gastric bypass or weight loss surgery is an easy way out. There's nothing easy about it. It's a tool. It's a tool to help you on your journey. It's not a cure-all, because just because you have a smaller stomach doesn't mean that you can't stretch it out.
Yeah.
It can any given time. But my journey has just been specific to me.
Yeah.
I can't wish that I was on someone else's journey
Yeah.
because this is for me to go on this path.
Yes. Thank you, Brenda. So your story is amazing, and to look at you now, right? Because I was a part of a good portion of what you described, and so both of us, right, in high school was
Right.
the Coca-Cola bottle, right? And so Brenda, you came out in you was 78 or 79?
78.
78, all right, and so I'm 81,
Mhm.
and so
Mhm.
any crusaders out there, we crusaders. and and um and and so both of us was, and so I know for me, for my journey, and what I share a lot now is that in high school I wore 13, 14 when most everybody else wore a 7, 8 and a 9, 10.
Mhm.
Right,
Yeah.
what were you, do you remember?
I was probably about a size 12,
Okay,
13
okay.
at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and so with that, we did all the things that we wanted to do in high school. Never really thought anything about it, right? Now we were a size
Exactly.
or two, right, above others, but we
Mhm.
just did the things that we were doing, engaging. I was on the cheer team, all kinds of different things. We it didn't stop us, and so your highest weight, so you were 400 or maybe just a little bit over 400, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Right. And how tall are you?
5'6".
5'6". Okay, and so just to
Mhm.
give people kind of some parameters here so they can see a full picture of both of our weight loss journeys, right? So you were 5'6", and you were a little over 400, and I am 5'3", and in my highest I was at 318. At
Okay.
318. And so when we think about the journey, when we think about the weight loss journey, I love some of the things that you said. You said no one ever said anything, no one ever
Yeah.
said anything. And so what I want to say is that, beloved, there are times when it's difficult to have honest conversations about what we see in each other. There are times it's just difficult to say, hey, you're putting on a few pounds. No, like nobody really wants to hear that anyway. Right.
That's
So,
true.
right, no one wants to hear it, and so it's difficult to say it. But what difference, Brenda, do you think that might have made for you?
I think that honestly, I think it probably would have made me look at myself. It
Okay.
probably would have made me actually step back and look in a mirror and say, okay, maybe there is a problem. Even at work, no
Mm,
one ever said anything,
mm,
because I was I always did my job.
mhm.
Um, it never actually slowed me down in any way.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where it wasn't a hindrance,
Yes.
but I knew that the weight was there.
Mhm.
But I just never really, I would never really get on a scale. So I never really knew how
Mm,
much I actually weighed until I went into the hospital.
mhm.
And when
And what?
they weighed me, I was really shocked.
Wow. What sent you to the hospital?
Um, I was going in for a knee replacement.
Okay.
And that's um, when they put me on the scale and it said 380, I was blown away.
Yes.
And at that point, I didn't know what to do, but I
Mm,
knew I had to do something to
mm.
actually save my life, and this was it, So
Yes.
I'm not ashamed of having gastric bypass,
Yes.
and it's by far the easiest thing that I've ever done. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
And every day is just it's a journey every day.
Yes. Yes. So a couple of things. I'm not ashamed of having gastric bypass, and so we want to give
Mhm.
give give everybody permission to do what is necessary for you to do to be well. Do you see? Don't allow
Hmm.
something. I mean, do your research. Make sure you searching options and do what is the best thing for you. Surgery isn't for everybody, and the absence of surgery isn't for everybody. There are options out there, and so you
That is
check out your options, right, Brenda?
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And like you said, it's not for everyone
yeah.
because there's a psychological aspect that goes along with bariatric surgery.
Hmm.
And if you're not psychologically ready,
Hmm.
it is not going to benefit because you have to change your life completely. And if you're
Mm,
not ready to do that, go right back into your old habits. So it would be easy for me to pick up a couple bags of chips
yeah.
and some candy, instead of eating something healthy.
Hmm.
Nowadays, I force myself to eat,
Okay.
simply because appetite is not there anymore, like it
Mm,
used to be. I can't sit to a plate of 5 or 6 chicken, you know. Now I don't even eat chicken as much as I used to, so I've made a lot of changes in my life, but I was ready for those changes. That's the
mm,
difference. I
yes.
was
Ready for those changes. Joy, 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 Creel. What chime in any way that you want to chime in here? Brenda has dropped so many great nuggets. She said she was ready, talked about the psychological place you must be in, that this isn't an easy ride. I mean, she's talked about so many things. Go for it, Joy.
Well, first of all, Miss Brenda, I applaud you. I applaud you for your tenacity and for doing what it was that you need to do to get where you need to get. So I applaud you and I celebrate your weight loss and your progress and all of that. As far as weight loss goes for me, um, well, I'll say it like this: when I didn't, I've been about the same size forever, but I've always been big. Like, so it's been this place where I've always been. I've always been heavy for my size, whether athletic or whatever the case is. I've always been, you know, what people like to call stocky, and and I knew it. And so weight loss wasn't important. And I knew it. And then I was healthy with it. When I say healthy, I mean my numbers were never an issue. I've never had any like I hadn't had any scares like or anything like that. Blood pressure fine, cholesterol okay. So everything seems to be okay. Now, was I eating like I should have eaten? No, whatever the case is, but had never lost any weight. So for me, interesting enough, weight was, even though I had body image issues, weight wasn't an issue for me.
okay.
Or for some kind of way, I made it not be an issue in my mind, or whatever the case is. So it was interesting that you talked about um, the psychological piece of having bariatric surgery. I think
Hmm.
this whole idea of weight maintenance is psychological no matter what. Like, even the way that I have to approach a weight loss journey at this point in life is different than I've ever had to. I've only approached it one other time, and it worked for a minute, and then it was not, and it just simply, that was the only time I ever lost weight. And so I find myself at this place now where like I have to make sure that, like you said, do what you do for yourself. And so for me, I have to make sure that I am not, so for me, I have not set and we'll talk about this probably a little bit later, I've not set a weight loss goal. I've not set a goal. I'm not
Okay.
set a number. But what I do know is that my weight is going in the opposite direction, and I like that. And I like what that looks like, and I like what that feels like. And so at my highest recorded weight that I know was 213. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're 4'11" and 3/4, so we'll say 5 foot on a good day, that has a good size appearance now, doesn't it? And
Yes.
but again, been pretty good with it, or whatever the case is. So just very grateful for even my weight my weight reduction to date. So there that is. So that's what so I think it's important. The only other thing I'll add to the conversation at this point is I think it's important for us to understand what we need as individuals, because as individuals we'll all need something different, whether it's weight loss or weight gain, because some people need weight gain, whether it is movement, whether it is whatever, and then whatever the motivation is. And so for me, the very first time that I had any challenge, health wise or anything, and it wasn't even a health challenge, I went to the doctor for a regular physical, and the doctor said that she said that I was like 1 point away from being pre-diabetic. And I said, and in that moment for me, I said, now what I won't have is a disease that I can stop. What I will not do is have something that I can stop. Now, there are some things that may happen that we don't have any control over, or whatever the case is, but something that I can just not put something in my mouth, I can handle that. Let's figure out what we need to do differently. And so just by virtue of changing some things in that way, weight loss was a byproduct of it. It was never a point of like, oh, I'm getting ready to lose weight. It was like, no, what I'm getting ready to not be is a diabetic. So, and for, people who are living with diabetes and those kinds of things, especially for those that cannot control it or whatever the case is, this is not a slight against diabetes or anything like that. Was just saying that was my wake up call. That the doctor saying to me, your sugar levels are elevated. Okay, we're gonna do something about sugar levels. So my weight loss was a byproduct of that moment in my life.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Joy. Thank you for sharing part of your journey. And so, as Joy said, we all are at different places with our weight loss journey. And I want to comment on a couple of things that she said, but I want to pull up a couple of things. Ryan King. Hey, Ryan. Hey, brother. Ryan King says, hello, Dr. Sis Catherine, Sis Joy, and Brenda. Thank you for greeting us, Ryan. And we've got claps from Lori. Thanks, Lori. Lori says, hey, yes, Joy. Yes, Joy. And Carrie says, every journey is specific to us. So she loved your comment, Brenda. She loved your comment. Right. Every journey, it is specific. Joy's journey is quite different than Brenda, but then our journey has some similarities, right? But even with our journeys, there is some difference there. And so I want to piggyback on one thing that Joy said. I really want to highlight, and I really want to give grace for those of us who already have those diagnoses, because sometimes we can feel guilty and we can feel, just guilty and feel bad about the fact that we didn't have what was necessary to effectively manage that. You see, for a lot of us, particularly African Americans, we were introduced to a way of eating as a culture, right? It's our culture, it's our cultural heritage. And we were introduced to that. And a lot of those ways, without having a balance, it leads us to chronic illness. That's just a reality. And so nowadays, we're knowing better and we're changing lots of things. Right. But I believe we had to get there.
I agree.
Yeah. We had to get there. So for those of us who have those diagnoses and things like that, as long as there's breath in our body, as long as we're on this side, right, we still have the ability to make choices. We still have the ability to do something different. Now, hear me. I am not saying those choices are easy to do. I'm not saying that at all. And my husband has the same kind of he says it the same way that Joy says it. And I don't like, I can't say what they said because that's not my reality, because I still put things in my mouth and I knew that it was a challenge. I still would eat what wasn't good for me to eat. And I knew that my numbers were rising. So I'm in that camp. I can't say that I'm going that, because he would say that to me all the time. Well, I'm I'm not gonna get something from putting something in my mouth, and I can control that. And it didn't feel good to me when he would say it. But what I had to help him to understand is that's not my reality. I get that. You're able to do that. At that point, I wasn't able to do it. You see? And so I never quit trying. I never quit trying. But so what I want to do for those of you who are struggling with this is difficult, where it's challenged and it seems like it's an uphill battle, just keep going up the hill. That's what I want to say to you. Keep going up the hill. Don't stop at the bottom. If you got to pause, if you fall off the hill because you pick up a piece of cake and whatever, get back on the hill, go again, keep going, keep trying. Never give up. Just keep trying. Give yourself grace. Love yourself well. Tell people that you're struggling, that you need help. Get some external help. Do whatever it is that you need to do. Brenda, what's your thoughts, Brenda?
You know, Kathy, it's funny that you said that because there are days that I have what I call sweet days. Now, having bariatric surgery, I'm supposed to be having dumping syndrome in the event that I eat sugars or something like that.
Okay.
I don't have it. My dumping is totally different. I don't get gravely ill. You know, I may start sweating. I may start feeling real tired, but I have sweet days.
Okay.
And those sweet days consist of me going in the kitchen, and if I find candy, if I find cake, chips, and then I have to ask myself, what have you eaten all day? And I haven't eaten anything of substance.
Yeah.
So, but I'll make a goal the next day.
Okay.
And I'll say, okay, well, I'm going to start off with my protein, and then I'm going to eat a salad and so on and so forth. But I have to stick to that because I will find myself eating the sweets. And it's not because I don't have control. It's because I don't have the desire to actually eat. And it's the weirdest feeling. I feel actually chewing is a chore.
Oh, wow.
So, but I have to be careful with that too. And Timothy gets on me about that. I have to be careful with that and make sure that I drink protein, you know, but it's really different. I feel so different.
Wow, you feel different. Talk to me a little bit more about that. You feel different. What do you mean?
When I look in the mirror, I don't see the person that I used to be. I mean, it's like I actually have collarbones. I can actually see my chin, you know, and I haven't seen these things ever, you know, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And I don't look like me. So sometimes I start toying with, you know, I don't like myself because I don't think I'm pretty anymore. And that's because I'm not filled out with fat. That's what it is.
Wow.
But I'm learning to love me. I'm learning to appreciate the journey that I'm on and the fact that I did this for myself. I didn't do it for anyone else. And I just wanted to save my life. That's what my journey is all about, wanting to save my life.
Yes. Brenda, I honor you for that, for being honest and transparent right there. Because as we make these transitions, we have internal dialogue and thoughts. And sometimes those thoughts are beneficial for us, and sometimes they are not beneficial. But what I hear you saying is that you're figuring it out. Even though sometimes you'll look in the mirror and you'll be like, this is not whatever the conversation is. And then you'll say the other part of the conversation, but I'm alive. I'm living. I love me. I'm going to celebrate me. And let me just tell you, sis, I love you too. And I'm celebrating you. I'm celebrating. Yes. I am celebrating that you are still here. That you are still here. Look, that you able to get around. That you had what you said, was it 7 hip replacements? Right?
Yes.
And that you're still able to get around and move. The girl. So before we came on, Brenda said she was on the porch painting her porch. She was she was on the porch painting her porch. And there was a point in time that movement was really, really challenging for you. Just being able to move. Right.
Yeah.
I remember it was. Go ahead.
nursing home placements, 2 nursing home placements, spacers in my hip and inability to walk. And, it was just, it was a challenge, but it was a time for me to sit still
Mm,
and listen. I
okay.
had to actually listen to God talking to me, and
Mm,
he sat me down for a reason,
yeah.
and I understood what the reason was. And, like I said, my last hip replacement was 2016,
Mm,
and I haven't had any problems with it at all. I think now what the problem is that I don't have any fat around it, so it's almost like I can feel it,
okay.
but I'm learning how to adjust to that too.
Ha, I love it. I love it. The adjustments. How much weight have you lost?
I have lost a total of 200 pounds. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. We
And
celebrate you, my
I'm not
sister.
ashamed. I'm not ashamed to say I weigh 205, and I'm still losing. So
We celebrate you, my sister. Celebration, Brenda Fields. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, determination. I know some of the backstory, and it was not easy, and it was some touch and go places there, and things not healing, and all of those things. And you are here
yeah,
in the public having the conversation. Sis, for that, I commend you that you have not allowed yourself, right? Because you say, I'm not ashamed. So many times we're in prison because we're ashamed of our history, right? We're
right.
ashamed of it. But like you said, it's your story. Joy's story is her story. My story is
Hmm.
my story. And your beloved, those in the listening and the viewing audience, your story is your story. Don't allow anyone to lead you to a place of being shamed about your history. It's your history. Own it. Just don't let your history
Right.
bury you, right? Use your history as a platform, not a prison.
Hmm.
Stand on top of your story. Don't get imprisoned in it, right? Brenda could
Sure.
be, in her beauty. She has a beautiful home, ladies and gentlemen. She could be in her beautiful home, sitting around and moping. As a matter of fact, I don't even believe that she would be here if she didn't get her psyche right. You know,
Hmm.
if she didn't get her psyche right, right, Brenda?
I agree. I agree 100%. Because the psychological aspect of it is probably 80% of the
Yeah,
entire journey. I would have to say 80% of the journey.
80%.
I really do.
80%.
Yeah.
Timothy, let's bring Timothy on. Timothy says, I am this is Brenda's baby. This is Brenda's baby. Timothy says, I'm here to help you all and whomever may need the guidance and push to get over the hump. I'm here, never fails fitness. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim. Never fails fitness, and he will have you going. You can see him on Facebook, YouTube. He puts up some of his workouts, and so it's something else. Proud of your baby, huh, Brenda? Proud of your baby.
I am. I'm really proud of him, and he's actually been my trainer before, and he doesn't play. Not even with his mom. He
Not
didn't even get.
even, probably especially with his mom, because he wanted his mom
Yeah.
to be here.
Yeah.
Amen. There's some realities to being overweight. There's some realities to being African American woman and overweight. And so that's what I just want us to hear. My fellow sisters, African American sisters, I want you to be okay with where you are in any state that you find yourself. We're not staying there, but we've got to be at a place of okay to start to make the better choices. So I want to give you permission to give yourself some grace, to understand that you have done the best that you knew how to do. But tonight we're going to give you some skills to help you to start walking towards more fitness, to walking towards better health. And one of those skills Brenda has given us is just to be honest with where you are, to be honest. Brenda also talked
Mhm.
about that she believes that had she heard something earlier, that she would have done something different earlier. Joy gave us
Mhm.
a tip, and Joyce, and for those of us who have that ability, that cognitive ability, and then that inner strength at that time, when you you dropped your earpiece, Joy. when, when you that when you if you are the one who you're able to get a warning and you're able to say, oh, hold up, wait a minute, no, we're gonna stop this
Mhm.
puppy right here. If you're able to do that, do like Joy did, do like my husband does. They're able to just say, oh, a snap, done, let's change the direction, of course, because we're not doing this perhaps. I,
Mhm.
on the other hand, I didn't have that. But what I kept doing is I kept being honest with myself, and I was honest with other people. I'd say my weight all the time. I say my weight, my age, my this, because I'm not ashamed of any of my digits. None of them. I'm not ashamed of any. They all make me who I am. And so I have no idea what I weigh right now, Brenda. I just know that I've dropped 2 dress sizes. I don't know what that weight is.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, 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 yes. And I'm going 2 more. I want to
Congratulations.
thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to drop 2 more dress
Wow.
sizes. And in another format, I'll tell my whole story. But just what I do today is I eat primarily fruits and vegetables, and I
Mhm.
walk every day. Every day. The one thing I got to work on is getting all the water in for fruits and vegetables, and walk
Okay.
every day. And the weight is just dropping. The weight is just dropping.
Wow. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Look, I can't tell you the last time I saw a 20. I was I park at a 24. I typically park at a 24. I went to my closet and pulled out this outfit. And we had those test outfits.
Yes.
I went and pulled out that test outfit. It's a pair of orange shorts. And they came up over these hips. I was like, oh, we can zip them. That means we in a 20. All right.
Hey.
We heading to an 18, heading to an 18. And keep going down until we park. All right. Joy,
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
thank you, sis. Thank you. Thank you. Jump in there, Joy.
First of all, congratulations on your 2 dress sizes. That is absolutely amazing, and we don't take anything for granted, right? So,
That's right.
very excited for you for that. I also want to say, I definitely want to make it clear that. First of all, I didn't start right away. When I said I wasn't going to do it, I did say I wasn't going to do it, and I was going to, stop some things and get my numbers down, my blood sugar numbers down, or whatever. I didn't start right away. But what I will say is that that was the motivation in the back of my head to make some changes, because again, I had never had anything like that. Like up until that point, all of the numbers would always come back, whatever the case is. And so but what I will encourage anybody anybody who's listening, or anybody who will catch the replay, if you check this out, like if you can find somebody to do it with, because when I tell you that makes a difference, it makes it a little bit more bearable. Yes, you have to do it your own, you have to make your own decisions, you have to make your own choices, because it is your journey, it is your body, it is the thing that you do, all of that. However, if you have someone to do it with you, that piece of accountability helps you to say no a little bit more, or a little bit faster, or you're a little bit more it's a little bit easier to pick up the apple instead of the potato chips, because I can in
That's
my head rationalize both, as long as I don't do too much, or whatever the case is. But if I'm around somebody who's only eating fruits and vegetables, then fruits and vegetables it is, and it just makes it easier. And then again, the results become a byproduct of what is actually happening. So yeah, so I did just want to add that, because I didn't want to make it seem like it was just a snap of the finger. No, it wasn't. Like, it has taken over a year. It has taken a year and a half. Because like I said, I weighed in at the 213. It was in January of 2019. So the last, now I get on the scale every day, but because that's what my psyche needs. And I know some people don't need that, but my psyche says, okay, get on the scale. So what do I need to do today? Okay, today seems like it needs to be a fruit and vegetable day. So that'll stop me from doing a couple things too. So that is a way that I use to assess myself. But you know, the weight loss is clear. It's there. It's apparent. And like she said about, you know, you get to see the collarbone. You get to. I mean, I'm like, oh, that other dimple do exist. It didn't. You know, I'm like, hey, girl, hey, hip. Look at that hip bone. Like, you know what I'm saying. So yes, absolutely. You do. You start seeing things you ain't never seen before. You're like, oh. Okay, let's keep going. So that then becomes, for me, that becomes the motivation. Although I'm still not the main one motivating at this time, and you got to know what your role is, and we're here for it, right? So that's just what I wanted to add at this moment.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Joy. She said you start seeing things you either haven't seen in a long time or you haven't seen before. And that becomes your motivating factor. Collarbones, right? Collarbones.
Yes. Real ones.
Real.
Right. You get a little definition in there. You know, can't nobody tell you nothing. Like, what? Mess around and lose this stomach. Y'all ain't gonna be able to tell me my name. I'm gonna be like, who, Joy, who? Ooh, come up with something different.
Absolutely. Brenda, would you share with us, let's see, your second question. What's the most significant lesson that you've learned?
To love myself and to not. I think that I don't compare my journey to someone else's.
Yeah.
Being in bariatric groups, you find that a lot. That's something that people have a tendency to do. This person lost 10 pounds in 3 days. Why didn't I? You know, or this person had bypass surgery 2 months ago and they lost 75 pounds. I only lost 10. That's not my concern. My journey is, like I said before, specific to me. So I can't worry about what others are doing. I just have to worry about what path I'm on, and whether it's slow, whether it's fast. Because I had surgery back in 2017. So from 40 pounds in 2017 to 200 pounds now, 205 pounds now. Yes, I want to be under 200, and I have teetered between those, but it's one of those things where I'm not going to kick myself, just because I'm at 205 and I want to be at 195.
Yeah. Congratulations, sis. I just, I know what I feel every day when I'm watching my body change. It's an amazing feeling to watch it, from your efforts, from what you're doing or what you're not doing, to to watch it change. And it's giving me a lot of empowerment of choice. So it's like validation. Like, I've always known that I had choices in lots of different areas of life, but this was that one area of life that eluded me, that continued to elude me. And I would think, Kathy, you are like strong-willed, determined to have what you want when you want it. But this one thing, it keeps eluding me. I'll get it. Like, I've lost 75 pounds before. But like you said, since my mind didn't change, I gained it back. Plus, right? Plus, I've lost 30 pounds, the same 30 pounds every summer for about 10 summers in a row. And then I'm going to put them right back on in the winter. Do you see?
Right.
That journey. I used to be a midnight snacker, and I still, snack sometimes. It's not midnight, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. I literally will wake up out of my sleep, go to the kitchen, get something to eat, go back to bed, and whatever. And so that's something, that I wrestle with all the time. I I have habits that help me to maintain my I used to teeter between 285. 285 is about where I parked. The first time I hit 300, it messed with my mind. I was at the doctor, stepped on the scale, and I was like, whoa, three what? 301.5. You could have kept that 0.5. I'm like, but it messed with my mind. And I just really want to talk for a minute to those who are struggling. It feels desperate. Especially when you've done it and then you've lost and you gain, you've lost and you gain, and you're getting ready to start another another journey towards loss. And you like, man, I'd already lost these 20 pounds. Why do I gotta lose them again? You see, and it feels insurmountable. The mountain feels way too high. Beloved, I just want to invite you to lots of things. Seek help. Don't give up. Try again. Do what you need to do in order to get internal fortitude. If that's prayer for you, prayer, meditation, visualization, if that's an accountability partner, if it's a reward system, I lose 10 pounds and I'm a reward. It's lots of ways to do it. Lots of ways. We've got the internet. Go out there and seek and search, like Joy said. There's something for everybody. There's something that will help you on your fitness journey. So in fitness right now, we're talking about weight loss. It's why I got on my baseball cap, got on my workout shirt. And it's because I have some version of this on every day because I'm going to move this body. And this is the thing for me. When I say I'm grateful, because I am 57 years old, and my son was born 32 years ago. And 32 years ago, I started my process of gaining that extra 100 pounds. 32 years ago. And like what Joy talked about the scale, I won't step on the scale right now because I don't want that extra weight of the number in my mind. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want the extra weight. I'm probably at about 260. But if I step on that scale and it say 275, I'm going to be ticked off and I'm going to have to work on that energy. So we just stay off the scale until I get to a size 16. Because Brenda, when your sister, Joy, when I hit the size 16, I don't care what the numbers say.
I hear you. I understand. Because right now I'm wearing a 16 right now.
Yeah.
But I'm coming from a size 36.
Whoa!
Imagine that. Size 36 down to a 16.
Yes. Congratulations, my sister. Congratulations. And see, this is the thing. We've got to just have these honest conversations because there's somebody at a 36, at a 34, at a 32, and they think it's hopeless. And look at you, cheeks and collarbone. Cheeks and collarbone. And your waist snatched. I saw you when we were Tracy's, okay? I saw that waist snatched up and your skirt you had on when you walked up in the room. I saw it, Brenda. Yes.
It's even smaller now. But
I bet
you know
it is.
I'm proud of myself. I am.
Proud.
You know.
We proud. We're proud of you. We are so proud of you. Debbie Kokolo says she see you, Joy. She see your collarbone. She see it. Debbie says, yes, we are over here looking at mountains. Definitely need to make a plan. Debbie, you're right. You're right on it. We set intentions, right? We set a plan for what it is that we want to accomplish. We set intentions. And when we set those intentions, feedback. Yeah, and as we set those intentions, we get the help and the support that we need in order to do what it is that we need to do. And so, excuse me, all of us know what it takes to lose weight, right? We know, reduce the calories, eat more fruits and vegetables, move your body, drink lots of water. We know it here, but we have preferences. Seriously, I would prefer some mashed potatoes loaded with butter and cream. Look, when I say Brenda Fales can cook, and I'm just gonna say cook her butt off, this woman right here, from the cobblers to the cakes to the oxtails to the this woman can cook in a kitchen. Oh my God. And so, yes, Brenda, I would love to have your mashed potatoes or your cornbread or your any of those kinds of things, right? Joy can cook all kinds of cakes, all kinds of meals. She cooked like somebody grandma in her 30s. Debbie Coco, who's the last one giving us messages, she over there can cook. I'm the least of the cook amongst them. The least of them. But that's okay. I'm all good. I'm all good. I'm all good. These ladies can throw down in the kitchen. And so this is the thing. This is the thing. Being how we are as cooks, we've got to use our imagination to figure out how to provide healthier meals as well. Right? We've got to have the options there. And so, you know, I love soul food. I love it. And I think it's okay in moderation. On the holidays, if we want to have a little bit of soul food, I think that's okay. Now, everybody has to make their own decisions because some of us are at critical points that we don't even need it on holidays. Not until we get out of the critical state. And then from there on in, we've got to effectively manage what it is that we do. So I want you, beloved, to understand that you are not in prison. You are not in prison. Is a mind. It's a mind. You can decide today begins the day of my amazing fitness journey. And here's another tool. You got to believe what it is that you want to materialize. So you better believe that every day I sit for a few minutes and I see me at a 16. I see what those blue jeans gonna look like. I see.
That's right.
Right. What my shoes gonna look like, what my shirt gonna look like.
Right.
I see what my gait is like, what my walk is like. I see myself jogging in a half marathon. I see that. Do you see? A half marathon. I see myself doing a 5K. Now I've done walks, but I want to jog. What's wrong, Joy?
I don't see myself running no half marathon. I don't see it. We walk a 5K every other day. I'm good.
Walk a 5K.
We do walk 5K. A 5K is 3 miles. 5K is 3 miles. We walk that every other day. Every other day we walk 5K. I'm cool with what we do. I don't need no marathons though. We go what now? I don't visualize myself in a marathon. Maybe in a
you can do it.
Way. I believe it in Jesus' name.
Anyway, this was my vision. I see myself running a half marathon, okay, jogging without having to stop. I see myself. Right. And this is the thing. We have the ability to transform. We have the ability to change. God has put that capacity within us to make different choices and to keep making the choices. So there's lots of ways, beloved, for us to be fit. I want to also say this. We're talking about physical fitness, but we've got to have mental fitness, right? We've got to have relational fitness, emotional fitness. It's not just physical fitness. What we're talking about is physical, but we can't do the physical if the psychological isn't there, right?
That is so true.
Right? We can't do it. It's going to elude us. We can't do the physical if our emotions keep running amok. It's going to disrupt our physical health. and fitness. Do you see? And
Mhm.
so
That's
I just
true.
want, yeah, I want to invite us. I want to invite us to be okay with where we are. Brenda talked about self love. Now, y'all know that's my subject. Self love, a gift you give yourself. If you don't have the book, you need to get it. Go to drcatherineejames.com and order the book. It's a journey through self exploration, self acceptance, self forgiveness, self appreciation, I don't remember the rest, self celebration, all of those kinds of things to deeper levels of self love. And what it does is it allows you to be okay with you. I can't see it. It allows you to be okay with you. Thank you, Joy. Thank you. Um, and so to be okay with where you are, to take a sober look at where.
Mhm.
So this is my definition of self love. It's an accepting, valuing, and embracing of one's entire self. We accept ourselves, we value ourselves, and we embrace ourselves. But it's a sober look. So, like, I've never, ever, ever said to myself something negative, derogatory about, like, I would never say, girl, you so fat. It don't even make no sense. You like, I don't talk to myself like that. Do you see? I don't, because I'm responsible for me, and I'm the only one who really can do that internal dialogue. And so what we don't do is we don't let Kathy dog Kathy, right? I don't dog people, period. I'm definitely not gonna dog me. I'm just not gonna do it. Now, what I will do is have a hard conversation with myself. I'm gonna say
Mhm.
something like, okay, you ate what? And you just walked 5.5 miles. This is how I talk to myself. Okay, let's have a conversation about that. Help me to understand what led you to eat that. Where are we going from here? What do you want? Because you get to choose. You get to choose. You get to choose if the weight is going to go up, if it's going to stay the same, or if it's going to go down. You get to choose. You already know what to do. Maybe you just needed a day. Like Brenda said, we have sweet days. Maybe you just needed a day. Go on and take the day. Relax, chill, take the day. But call
Exactly.
somebody and tell them, tomorrow I need you to hold me accountable to go back to my routine. You see,
Mhm.
lots of ways to do it. Tamika Bowles says, yes, get the book. Amen. Tamika, I think Tamika might be my biggest fan of that book. Tamika, I love you dearly. She really has benefited from the book. Goals. That's right, Debbie. Goals. Awesome goals. Tamika, amen. See me at 10, 12. Amen, Tamika. I see you at a 10, 12. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, we are going down. Let's see, Debbie Kokolo. Okay, so Debbie, we're helping you with your mountain. Give us a call, and we're in communication already anyway. However, we can help you. It's lots of things, and and it's more difficult when you have kids, because one of the things that people say is that if you don't have it in your house, then you can't eat it. You're not likely to eat it. Well, you got two that want it. Well, three, because your honey too. So, but there are ways. There are ways. All right. Joy, what do you have? And then we'll go to Brian after that, and we'll begin to wrap it up.
So, just from a so as far as a self care thing, self care point of view is concerned, really, 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 ladies, take care of yourself. I think it is so important that we touch there, and we know that that's where our park is, at that place of self care. And I joke all the time about what I'm not gonna do and all of that, and then I turn around and do it because really I'm gonna do it because I want to do it. But I would much rather say I'm not going to because I don't want to. But we all need to find what we need to do. We need to find what we need to do so that we can get to where we need to go. And it is so important for us to realize that our number one goal in any kind of fitness journey is self-care. It is self-care. It is taking care of ourselves first, because we are the most important people in our lives. And I mean that from a perspective of, if we're not here to take care of those that we're responsible for taking care of, if we're not here for, if we're not here to go to work, or if we're not here to do whatever those things are, then those things can't be done. So we have to take care of ourselves. So in that way, we are the most important people in our lives. And we have to make sure that we exercise that knowledge, so that we will, do what we need to do, whether it's exercising, eating right, changing our eating habits, moving a little bit more. She talked about all different other kinds of fitness, so mental, physical, and all of that. We have to make sure that we're doing all of those things in an effort to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. Because again, my friends, if you do not care for yourselves, again, Miss Brenda, if it's not for you, again, Dr. Catherine E. James, if it is not for you, then for what? Then for what? So taking care of ourselves is the most important thing that we can do at any point in the day, at any point in our lives, because when we take care of ourselves, we can be present to care and to love others.
I agree. I agree.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Joy. Brenda, as we close out, what would you want society to understand about this whole journey of fitness? And it may be something you said already.
That is significant to you. It's your own person.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't compare your journey to someone else's, because you're setting yourself up for failure if you do. And that's it.
Yeah. Don't compare, beloved. Don't compare. That, what it says, the comparison is the thief of all joy. Comparison is the thief of all joy, because there will always be someone who is in front of us. There's always somebody behind us. It's our own personal journey. And so hold yourself accountable just to you, to your journey, and don't because first of all, your body is unlike your system, your chemistry is like no one else's. And so what might work for me might not work for Joy, might not work for Brent. You see, what works, you got to figure out what works for you. If your family, your situation, your work situation, your all of these things that matter, like, right, I retired, hallelujah, last May. I retired from 36 years of work, which means that I have, yes, which means I have my days free, so I can get up. So part of why I'm able to sculpt this body now is I'm not spending eight hours a day at a job. Do you see? And so I'm just saying that. I'm saying all of us are on different journeys. Now, I'm not saying that there were times when I was 8 hours a day at a job and I sculpted the body. Do you see? And so whatever it takes, whatever is your journey, just start the step. So I'm going to invite you to make a commitment right now, beloved. I'm going to invite you to make a commitment to put you first, to love yourself so well that you make a commitment that you are going to improve your fitness health. You're going to up your fitness health. Just make a commitment that at this moment right now, that you are determined that you are going to increase your level of fitness health. Right? You got 5. Come on, make that commitment. It's your commitment. 4. Go on and make the commitment, beloved. Make the commitment, because we want you to be here. We need you to be here. 3. And beloved, we need you to be here well. We need you to have clear mind. 2. It's okay. It's okay. I know it's difficult. I know it may be challenging, but go on and make the commitment to you. 1 more. Because you matter, because you're valuable, because you're needed, because you're gifted, because you are added value, because we need you to be present with us. We need you to be agile, able to walk and able to move and able to do all those kinds of things. And you can do it. You're enough. You're sufficient. You're the beloved of God. One. Thank you for making the commitment. Thank you for making the commitment. I am making a commitment to my fitness health. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie. For those of you who will see it later, we invite you to make the commitment. We invite you to contact us. You can send me a contact us, send me a note at drcatherinejames.com and put in that note, I am making the commitment. You can go on any of my lives. I'm on live very often, 5 a.m. throughout the day for my fitness journey. And you can just type in there, I am making the commitment, and I'll know what it is that you mean. I am so very grateful that you guys are making the commitment. Brenda and Joy, I want to say that I so appreciate you ladies spending time with me this evening. Brenda, my dear sister, I love you so much. And I am so proud of your journey to be at 400 pounds and to go through all that you went through. And you had to work. I know you had to do some work, some psychological work to be okay. But I am so happy, glad, super glad that you are well and that you got it on lock in the sense that you said, this is your journey. You're not ashamed of it. This is what you had to go through. And 205, I'm coming. I'm
Thank you.
coming.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Joy, our self-care specialist. Thank you for your journey. Joy and I are on the journey together. And as she talked about us being partners, it is absolutely wonderful to be partners on this journey together. And so thank you for your journey. And I applaud you for dropping some sizes. Those jeans was falling off of you today, sis. They was falling off.
Proud of both of you.
One
Thank
and
you.
one thing that I say, and I know you're wrapping it up, but one thing that I say, and I've said it to you before, and one reason I step on the scale every day is because it's literally 1 pound at a time. 1 pound at a time. And if I get on the scale and it's less today than it was yesterday, great. If it's 1 pound more, I'm okay with that too. It means I need to do something a little different or I need to whatever. But literally everybody, 1 pound at a time. Don't be afraid to take it slow. Don't be afraid for it to be baby steps, 1 pound at a time, just one.
That's right. That's right.
Amen. All right, beloved, as we wrap it up again, thank you for being here, Brenda. Thank you for being here, Joy. And Tim said, awesome, awesome. You ladies stay strong and stay true to your commitment. Thank you, Tim, for the
Thank
encouragement.
you.
We will. That's Brenda's baby. That's Brenda's baby. We're so proud of you, Tim. We are so proud. Auntie's proud of you. I love you. Um, and so, yes, beloved, thank you for spending your evening with us. We are so grateful that you were with us. For those of you who are here, and for Pastor Carolyn says, I'm in. All right, all right, all right. Pastor Carolyn, yes, yes, yes. We are on this fitness journey together. Yes, yes, yes. That's my spiritual mama. She is like the baddest. You want somebody who gonna pray you into the next heaven? It's her. Who want to intercede for you is her. Who got your
All
back when
right.
you to die? That's her. That's my
All
spiritual.
right.
I'm just saying. um, but beloved, I'm so grateful that you spent time with us, that you shared your evening, your time with us. Your time is precious, and we've got one life to live. And weight on our body, it costs us so much. It ages us. It costs us. And so let's make the commitment and then get the help. Take it a step at a time. Joy said 1 pound at a time. If you fall off the wagon, it's okay. Don't beat yourself up, right? Give yourself energy, get right back up and start it again. Visit me. For those of you who need coaching, I've got all kinds of packages. Go to drcatherinejames.com. Let's see if we're a good fit, because I'm not a fit for everybody, right? There's some people God has called me to and some people he hasn't, but maybe we're a good fit. But let's go there and see. And I think that's it for the evening. At the moment, beloved, in which Abba gave you his breath, guess what? We forfeited the right to not be amazing. What am I saying? You are absolutely amazing. You are absolutely amazing. Would you say you can't get to 30 without starting at 1 pound at a time. Okay. Thank you. You're absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And so, with your amazing self, make the choice to better your fitness. Sending love, peace, and grace your way until we come together again. Love you. See you. Bye bye.